Okay, hello everyone. So the topic of today's co-video will be um, the beginning of a whole world of videos on how to learn to improvise over any song. This is a very powerful method that was absolutely revolutionary for me when I first started coming to Barry class, and that's this idea of a scale outline of a song. I don't know. I don't know if that's what he calls it. I've never heard him refer to it as anything. Some people call it that in the various literature that's out there. So I guess we could stick with that topic. A scale outline. And what does that mean? That means you play the chords and the scales of those chords of the song in their place. So you learn where all the roots are, where all the thirds, where every part of the scale is, and you do it to rhythm. You tap your foot and you do it to rhythm so that you can really be well grounded in the beat. So there's a whole handful of songs that Barry does in class that are like the exemplary repertoire. So maybe it'd be rhythm, maybe it'd be blues, maybe it'd be uh, you know Indiana or um, Sweet Georgia Brown. There's a whole bunch of them. And you know what? We're going to do videos on every one of those, the way Barry teaches it. The first one I thought we would delve right into Cherokee. And this is a shout out to Nikhil, my man. You got me started on this, and that was your first request. I want the scales on Cherokee. So here it comes. This one's for you, Nikhil. All right, so the scales on Cherokee. So the first thing with this scale outline idea is that you play the scale up to the seventh or down from the seventh. You don't play it all the way up. So as you know, Cherokee starts with B flat major, and the way Barry teaches it, he goes to F seventh, back to B flat seven, and then it goes E flat major to E flat minor, which is also A flat seventh. And this is another one of those places where you could do it a couple of ways. And this is also a topic that I see coming up on the comments a lot. What do you do on measure 7 and 8 where there's a D in the melody over that A flat 7? So we'll talk a little bit about those things. So getting right into it. Again, starts with B flat major, and you're going to play B flat major to the 7th, then F7 to the 7th, and then for the F minor 7 to B flat 7, you will play B flat 7 up and down. Because an F minor is a B flat 7. So you would play B flat for both of those. And again, that's the idea of the scale outline, is that it connects chords and it finds the sort of lowest common denominator where everything fits. Okay, so here's the outline for the first couple of measures of Cherokee. Then it goes E flat major to E flat minor, which we said. So we have E flat major for two measures, so it'll be up and down. Then E flat minor, which you would play an E flat melodic minor, which incorporates the melody. Now a lot of people substitute an A flat for that E flat minor. And so you could also play E flat major up and down, and A flat 7th up and down. Now, that's probably, like, for myself, I might go to this route more often because it gives me some possibilities. It gives me ways of doing little sus things on that A flat 7. It's a very stylistically useful thing. Plus, the 7th allows us to use the rules, half-step rules, which is a whole other topic which we're going to get into in depth also in many videos, so not to worry. So reviewing. B flat major, F seventh, B flat seventh, up and down, E flat major, and let's do the A flat. Now, the next part goes B flat to G7, so it'll go B flat major up to the third of G. So you end up playing one scale that starts and ends another way. And then it'll be C7 up and down. Oops. Okay. Now, the next part is interesting because you've got a... That's the next part. So you have a C minor to a quick G7 or a D half diminished to G7, right? And then C7 or C minor, I don't know if it's C minor or C7. We'll pick one. Okay, and so how would we treat that? So now you would do the C minor. Now in this style, a C minor equals C minor to the fifth and then a half step between the fifth and the sixth. And then that quick D half diminished to G7 is going to be a B flat 7 scale from the 7th, which is the same note, just right below where you ended, right? And come down that B flat 7 scale till you hit the third of G. So here's that C to G7 or C to D half diminished to G7. And then the C minor 7 to F7, let's pick that one because that's what I think it is. You're just going to play F7 up and down. So the last 4 measures of that would be... Alright? And then a quick note on rhythm. You don't have to go... You could go... So you would be tapping. And by the way, this is something Barry stresses very strongly in class. Never tap on 2 and 4. Never go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Nuh-uh. Tap on 1 and 3. That's what he calls the slow underneath. And then that's going to make 2 and 4 be in the heart. So it'll be unch, 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 unch. Get into the groove that way, and maybe I mess up my notes, but I will never get lost. Ever since I started doing that, and again, back to the prestigious quote-unquote school that I went to, and I was taught tap on 2 and 4, nuh-uh. 1 and 3, very important, because that's going to ground you. You never get lost again, to the extent that you can remember to do it, which myself I forget often. But again, it was amazing. It was absolutely revolutionary. Yeah, it was revolutionary because it revolutioned it from 2 and 4 to 1 and 3. It was a complete revolution. So anyway, enough about that. So you will be tapping your foot and you'll go and then okay, so that's the other way. So doing the full scale, or just, again, that's an option. And again, it's musical, really. I mean, if you're playing the melody, you know, you could even just do the scale, and that's already starting to sound like a decent solo. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. So reviewing. You've got B flat major, F seventh, up and down, B flat major up and down to the third of G, C7 up and down, C minor up, B flat 7 down to the third of G, and then F7 up and down. So that's the first 16 of Cherokee. From there, one can easily extrapolate the rest of the song, so I think we'll leave it right there. But there's a whole topic, a whole video, or a series of videos on the bridge by itself. Things to do on the bridge to Cherokee. So we'll get into all of that, and we'll get into all the other tunes. But just the last few seconds, I just want to show some ideas of how to get in that measure 7 and 8, whether or not you use the D or the D flat. And again, it adds color and interest to your solo. So here's one example. So I might use a 5-4-3. Right? Right? So I just use that. And that's kind of a bird lick. And again, you know, for this style, you could put the 2 bumper stickers on the back of your car, you know, what would Bird do? And then the other one would be, what would Bud do? Right? And this thing, I mean, we've heard Bird do this a million times. So this is the kind of thing why you would use that A flat 7. Also, I would use the rules. And again, a whole series of videos upcoming on the half step rules. But say, for example, for those of you that know what that means, let's say I wanted to start on the 2nd of the A flat 7th, do 2 half steps, right? And see what that sounds like. So I might go. Here it is. Provides a nice dissonance at that point, whereas if I were stuck using the melodic minor, I mean, it's another color. So it really just depends on your mood at the moment, or maybe you use one during one chorus and one during another chorus. You know, you give a sense of development to what you do. But anyway, I hope this helped provide this. Again, all I can really do in a short time is scratch the surface, but I figure more videos with more targeted information would be more useful. And again, it's a conversation starter, you know. What would you do? How would you look at that A flat? You know, would you go? See, it just leads you. I don't know. I like the D flat personally. Past it. There's a certain bluesiness to it. If I had that same line, it would be, which is also really pretty, you know. So it's an embarrassment of riches. Anyway, I'm way going on and on here, so really appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe if you find this to be useful. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload a new video. And please consider visiting my Patreon page, which will be linked to in the description if you're getting a lot out of these videos and you know you would like to support what I do, what we do. Please consider becoming a patron. And yeah, happy line making, and stay safe. Thank you.